Okay, so if you're a chiropractor and you feel like you're constantly putting out fires instead of actually adjusting patients, I want you to stick around for this. Like what we're about to cover today is it's one of those things where, most people already kind of feel the problem. They just haven't put words to it yet. I'm Jenna. I'm part of the Pro Sulum team, and with me is Kevin, who's kind of our go-to when it comes to, actually building out the systems that fix this stuff. Kevin, what's up?
Hey, yeah. You know what? I think the thing that gets me every time I talk to chiropractors is like they've got this incredible skill set, right? Like they spent years learning to genuinely help people. And then they get into practice and it's like half their day is just, chasing insurance companies and calling back patients who no-showed and trying to figure out why the billing is off again. I mean,
Right. It's like you went to school for 8 years to do paperwork.
exactly. And, I was talking to a doctor recently and she said, Kevin, I don't even remember the last time I left the office before 7. And it wasn't because she was seeing more patients. It's because all that other stuff just, it piles up?
Yeah, and so let's set the table here for a second because I think the people watching this, they're probably nodding right now. So Kevin, what are we actually covering today? What's the core of this lesson?
So, yeah, the lesson is really about okay, here's the thing. You've got a chiropractic practice. Maybe you've got one or two locations. Maybe you're solo. Doesn't really matter. The problem is almost always the same, which is you're the doctor, but you're also kind of the office manager and the HR department and the billing department. And you're doing all of this because you haven't figured out how to build a team that actually runs the place when you're not watching it. And today we're going to talk about how a virtual assistant, specifically a really well-placed one, can start to close that gap and not just handle tasks, but like actually build the systems around those tasks while they're doing them.
And that's the piece that most people miss, right? It's not just about having someone answer phones, it's about what that person leaves behind when they do it.
Right, exactly. That's the whole thing.
Okay, so let's go a little deeper on the pain side first, because I think people sometimes think they have a staffing problem when they actually have a systems problem. Like, what do you actually see when you look at a chiropractic practice that's struggling?
Ah, um, okay. So, like, the first thing I see is usually the front desk. And, the front desk in a chiropractic office it's like the circulatory system of the whole practice. If it's broken, everything downstream is broken. Patients aren't being reminded of their appointments, new patients are slipping through the cracks, insurance verifications are getting missed, follow-up calls just aren't happening. And here's the other thing, and this is kind of the one that really stings. You're probably paying that front desk person somewhere in the neighborhood of $23, $24, $25 an hour, maybe more, plus benefits, plus the payroll taxes, plus the time it took to train them, plus the time it'll take to retrain whoever replaces them when they quit in 6 months. Because turnover in healthcare front desk right now, it is brutal.
It's insane. I've seen the numbers. Healthcare practices, a huge chunk of them are consistently losing front desk people within the first year. It's kind of a revolving door.
Yeah. And there's a real cost to that people don't fully think about. Like every time someone leaves, you're not just losing that salary, you're losing all the context that person had, all the little things they knew about how your practice runs. And then you're spending 3, 4 weeks getting a new person up to speed while you're still running a full patient load. It's exhausting just to think about, honestly.
So the problem isn't really the person, it's the fact that there's no system underneath the person.
That's it. That's exactly it. You can hire the best front desk coordinator in the world, but if your processes aren't documented, if there's no playbook, if everything just lives in someone's head, you're always one resignation letter away from starting over. Always.
And okay, I want to be real for a second because some of the chiropractors watching this might be thinking, okay, I've tried hiring a virtual assistant before. I've tried outsourcing. It didn't work. And I hear that. That experience is real. So Kevin, why does it usually fall apart?
Oh man, yeah. So this comes up a lot, and usually when I dig into it, the answer is pretty consistent. They hired someone to just do tasks, like, here's a list of things, go do them.
And that works for a little while, maybe, but the moment something changes, a new insurance provider, a new scheduling system, a new policy, the VA's lost because they were never taught to think, and they were never asked to document anything. So now you've got someone executing tasks that no one fully understands anymore. And if they leave, you're back to zero.
Which is the exact same problem as the in-house hire.
Exactly the same. Different price tag, same fundamental flaw. And that's really the thing I want people to hear, because like the answer isn't try harder at hiring. The answer is building something that doesn't break when people leave.
Okay, so let's talk about the better way, because I don't want to just sit here and, pile on the pain the whole time. What does it actually look like when this is working? Like when it's really working?
Yeah. So, and this is honestly the thing I get most excited about. So the model that we use at Sulum, and we've worked with, I think it's over 40 different industries at this point. The core idea is that your virtual assistant isn't just doing the work, they're building the documentation while they do it. So like the first time they handle an insurance verification, they're writing down every step, every click, every script they use, every exception they encounter. And what that means is 6 months from now, that whole process is owned by the business, not the person, the business. So if that person ever gets sick or moves on, the next person can pick it up and be running it in, a day or two.
And that's the thing that actually creates freedom. Like, that's the thing that makes it possible for the doctor to actually leave the office at a normal hour.
Right. And like for chiropractors specifically, we've worked with clients in the chiropractic space who are not just running practices, but also building their educational presence online. Like think about it. There are chiropractors who are publishing research, running podcasts, building communities, doing lectures, and the administrative side of all of that, managing social media, editing long videos down to clips, scheduling posts across different platforms, handling emails, coordinating content calendars. All of that could be handed off. And when it is, those doctors are suddenly free to do the actual intellectual work, the stuff that only they can do, the stuff they went into the profession to do.
Yeah, and that's kind of the whole point, right? Like, whatever the highest and best use of that doctor's time is, whether it's patient care or research or building out their educational brand, that's what they should be doing, full stop.
Absolutely. And you know what's interesting? We found that the cost of doing this it's not what most people expect. Like when you actually compare it to what a full in-house hire runs you, salary, benefits, payroll taxes, office space, equipment, onboarding time, we're talking roughly half the cost, sometimes less. And the systems you're getting in return, way more durable than anything a traditional hire is going to leave behind.
Yeah, and look, if you're watching this and you're kind of curious where your practice actually stands with all of this, like operationally, there's a free 2-minute assessment at quiz.myprosulum.com. You get a score, you get a diagnosis, you find out where your biggest operational leak is. It's pretty eye-opening, honestly. Like, a lot of people take it and they're like, oh, that's the thing.
Yeah, it's good. And if you want to start actually building some of those systems before you even bring someone on, there's also instant.myprosulum.com. It's a free SOP generator. You just describe the task and it puts together a starter document for you. It's not going to be perfect right out of the gate, but it's a genuinely solid foundation to work from.
And then for the bigger picture, like if you want the full framework for how to actually systematize your whole operation in manageable chunks, there's a free 4-video course at systemizeinfive.com. Totally free, super actionable. Like you can start implementing the same day. Okay, so let's bring it home. Kevin, give me the 30,000-foot view. Like, if someone's watched this whole thing, what's the actual takeaway?
Yeah. So look, if you're a chiropractor and you're grinding every single day and it feels like the business is running you instead of you running the business, the problem isn't that you need more patients. The problem is you need a system. And specifically, you need someone who can build that system for you in real time while they're doing the actual work. That's what a well-placed virtual assistant can do. Not just take tasks off your plate, actually build a machine that runs those tasks consistently, even when you're not there.
Yeah, and I think I think the thing that trips people up is they've been burned before. They tried it, it didn't work, they moved on, and I totally get that. But like, what didn't work wasn't the concept. What didn't work was the execution. And the execution is the difference between hiring a task doer and actually building a real operational foundation for your practice.
Exactly. And the good news is that's not some complicated mystery. Like, it is solvable. It just requires the right approach and, honestly, the right person in the right role from day one.
Right. So, if any of this hit a nerve, and honestly, if you're a practicing chiropractor, it probably did on some level, I'd encourage you to click the link in the description below and book a free discovery call with our team. And I want to be really clear about what that means, because discovery call gets thrown around a lot, and it can feel kind of salesy. This isn't that. It's genuinely just a conversation. We want to understand what's actually going on in your practice, where the friction is, what's costing you time and money right now. And then we figure out together whether what we do is actually the right fit for where you are.
Yeah, and if it's not the right fit, we're going to tell you. Like, there's no point in putting someone into a solution that isn't right for them. That's just, it doesn't serve anybody.
Exactly. And sometimes, honestly, a lot of the time, just having that conversation gives you real clarity about where to focus. Even if you don't move forward with us, you're walking away with something. So there's genuinely no downside to the conversation. No pressure, no pitch, no weird follow-up sequence, just a real talk.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the whole philosophy, right? Like, if this is the right thing for someone, it's going to be obvious pretty quickly.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Thank you guys for spending this time with us today. Kevin, as always, appreciate you bringing the knowledge.
Yeah, always. This is good stuff.
And yeah, if this was helpful, drop a comment below, share it with another chiropractor who you know is probably dealing with exactly this right now, because I promise you they are. We'll catch you in the next one.